As you can see on the screen, the first rectangle has 2 parts, the second rectangle has 4 parts, and the last third rectangle has 8 parts. This one has 2 parts, this one has 4 parts, and this one has 8 parts. Okay, now if I color one part of it, if I shade one part of it, so how much I have shaded? I have shaded 1 by 2. Now again, if I shade 2 parts of the second rectangle, so how much fraction I have shaded? I have shaded 2 by 4. And in the third rectangle, if I shade 4 parts, so how much fraction I have shaded? I have shaded 4 by 8 fractions. But if you notice, the rectangles have a same amount of shaded parts. Every rectangle has approximately half of its part shaded. The shaded part is same, but the fractions are different. Okay, the fractions are different. These type of fractions are called equivalent fractions. Okay, these type of fractions are called equivalent fractions. So 1 by 2, 2 by 4 and 4 by 8 are all equivalent fractions. Simplest form. A fraction is said to be in its simplest form when the only common factor between numerator and denominator is 1. For example, there is a number 25 upon 40. Now the common factors between the numerator and denominator is not only 1. They have other factors also. That means this fraction is not in its simplest form. Now what to do to bring it in its simplest form? We have to divide the numerator and denominator both with a common factor till we reach to the numbers which have only 1 as their common factor. So the common factor between 25 and 40 is 5. So we will divide 25 by 5 and 40 also by 5. So what we will get? We will get 5 by 8. Now 5 and 8 have only one common factor. So 5 and 8 are in the simplest form. Let's take another example. For example, 12 upon 24. Here I have taken the common factor 3. So 12 divided by 3 will bring us 4 and 24 divided by 3 will give you 8. Now the common factor between 4 and 8 is 2, 4. So if you are taking the highest common factor, that is 4, then divide 4 by 4 and 8 also by 4. The result will be 1 by 2. Now 1 and 2 do not have any other common factor other than 1. So 1 and 2 are in the simplest form. I hope this is clear to you all. Now with this simplest form method, we came to another concept. As in the beginning of this video, I told you about equivalent fractions. Okay, equivalent fractions. So if you bring all the equivalent fractions to its simplest form, you will find that the value coming is same. For example, as we have taken the example, we take the same example. Equivalent fractions were 1 by 2, 2 by 4 and 4 by 8. Now bring all of these fractions to their simplest form. 1 by 2 is already in the simplest form as 1 and 2 do not have any other common factor other than 1. Now let's take 2 by 4. 2 by 4 have common factors, that is 2. So we will divide both the numbers by 2, both the numerators and denominator by 2. We will get 2 by 2 is 1 and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now if you can see here, this is also 1 by 2 and this is also 1 by 2. Similarly, if you will bring 4 by 8 to its simplest form, you will see that the answer is again 1 by 2 only. That means the equivalent fractions have the equal value when they are brought to their simplest form. I repeat, the equivalent fractions have the same value when they are brought up to their simplest form. Understood? When you multiply a fraction with the same number, for example, when you are multiplying both the numerator and denominator by the same number, like I am doing it here with 4, you will get an equivalent fraction. That means the value of the two numbers will be same. That means here 2 by 4 and 8 by 16 have the same value. They are equal. 2 by 4 is equal to 8 by 16. Understood? Equivalent fractions have the same value. The same case is for the division also. If you divide the numerator and denominator with the same number, you will get an equivalent fraction. That is, fraction with the same value. So here in this case, 4 by 16 is equals to 1 by 4. This is equals to this. 4 by 16 is equals to 1 by 4. Because 4 by 16 and 1 by 4 are the equivalent fraction. That means they have the same value. They are looking different, but they have the same value. And the next point is comparison of like fractions. How to compare between two like fractions. For example, you have 4 by 5 and 10 by 5. Now these two fractions are like fractions as they have the same denominator. So in this case, the comparison is very easy. You simply have to see the number, the numerator. Okay, the fraction with bigger numerator will be bigger. The fraction with a smaller numerator will be the smaller number. So in this case, 4 by 5 is smaller than 10 by 5. Now next comes the comparison of unlike fractions. For this we have two methods. The first method is cross multiplication method. Let's see how it works. For example, we have two unlike fractions, that is 3 by 5 and 6 by 8. Now in cross multiplication method, we multiply them cross in this way. 8 will be multiplied with 3 and will be written here. 5 will be multiplied with 6 and will be written here. So 8 3 times is 24, 5 6 times is 30. Now we have to compare between these two numbers. So 24 is smaller than 30. That means 3 by 5 is smaller than 6 by 8. Understood? The next method is by making the unlike fraction a like fraction. Now what we have to do in this? We will take the same example. 3 by 5 and 6 by 8. Now we will make their denominators same. Okay. Now how to do that? First we have to find out the least common multiple, that is LCM of 5 and 8. Okay. So next we will multiply both the fractions with a number in such a way we get 40 as denominator. That means we have to find the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5 and also 6 by 8. So in case of 3 by 5, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by 8, we will get an equivalent fraction with denominator 40. 3 8 times is 24 and 5 8 times is 40. And similarly 6 by 8, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by 5, we will get a number equivalent fraction of 6 by 8 with denominator 40. So 6 5 times is 30 and 8 5 times is 40. Now we will compare between these two numbers, that is 24 by 40 and 30 by 40. Since 24 by 40 is smaller than 30 by 40, that means 3 by 5 is smaller than 6 by 8. So this is the two methods for comparison of unlike fractions. I hope this is clear to you all. Thank you.